All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on something that so many of us have felt, but maybe couldn't quite put a name to: manipulation. We're going to lay out the manipulator's unseen playbook, step by step, to turn that confusing gut feeling into some real, concrete clarity.
You know that feeling, right? Where you're constantly off balance, or you're second-guessing a memory you were so sure about, or maybe you just feel totally drained after what should have been a simple conversation. If any of that rings a bell, it's because manipulation isn't just one thing, it's a whole system. It's designed to keep you guessing, and today, we're handing you the map.
So here's our game plan. We're going to break down 3 major plays from this playbook. First, tactics that distort your reality. Second, the ones that control your behavior. And third, the ones that erode your self-worth. And then we'll wrap up with the single most powerful tool you have against all of it: awareness. Okay, first up, distorting reality. These are the moves designed to make you question your own mind, your own memory. They're all about attacking your perception of what's real, leaving you feeling like you're on shaky ground. That way, the manipulator gets to control the entire story.
This is a big one. It's where they look you dead in the eye and deny something you know happened. They'll say, "That never happened," or "You're remembering it all wrong," with so much confidence that you actually start to doubt yourself. See, by rewriting the past, they get to control the present, leaving you with absolutely no solid ground to stand on.
You know, this isn't always about telling a huge lie. It's sneakier. It's about giving you just enough information to make a decision that, surprise, surprise, benefits them. They conveniently forget to mention that one critical detail that would change everything. It creates this huge power imbalance, right? You're forced to make choices in a fog that they created, and they're the only ones who can see through it. Oh, this one is so powerful. They paint these gorgeous, detailed pictures of your future together. We're talking marriage, that dream trip, the business you're going to start. But here's the thing. These promises aren't actual plans. They're bait. They're designed to keep you emotionally hooked and compliant right now, while that beautiful future always seems to stay just around the corner. Have you ever asked a really simple question and gotten a 10-minute monologue filled with pointless details in response? Yeah, that's overjustification. The goal isn't to be clear. It's to exhaust you. They literally bury you in a tidal wave of information, weaving a story so complicated that it feels impossible to even challenge it. So you just give up. Not because you're convinced, but because you're completely overwhelmed.
And this quote just absolutely nails it. It's not about being honest or transparent. It's a kind of informational warfare. It's meant to make you just drop the subject. It's a total smokescreen, not a window.
All right, on to our second play, controlling behavior. So once your sense of reality is a little wobbly, the next step is to control what you do. These tactics are less about what's in your head and more about your actions, locking you into this endless cycle of trying to please them and win their approval. This might be one of the most powerful tactics of all. One day, they are just showering you with love, praise, and attention. The next, they are cold, distant, and you have no idea why. This randomness is incredibly addictive. Your brain gets hooked on the chance of getting that reward again, so you end up working harder and harder, just trying to get that good version of them to come back. And what's so fascinating here is how this slide breaks down the psychology. See, a consistent reward, that creates a feeling of security, but a random, unpredictable reward creates obsession and anxiety. It is the exact same principle that makes a slot machine in a casino so addictive. You just keep pulling that lever again and again, hoping for a payout that you know is possible, but you never know when it's coming. With this tactic, you can never win, because the finish line is always moving. You'll do exactly what they asked, only to be told, well, that's not good enough, or that the rules have somehow changed. The point isn't for you to succeed. The point is to keep you perpetually trying, and to make you feel like you are perpetually failing. This little timeline shows the cycle just perfectly. It starts with the simple request, but as soon as you meet it, the criteria changes. Suddenly, it wasn't just about the task. It was about the quality of the task. And then it was about your attitude while doing the task. The target just keeps drifting, ensuring you never, ever feel like you got it right. It's designed to completely destroy your sense of competence.
You have to decide right now, or this amazing offer expires in 10 minutes. Sound familiar? This tactic creates a fake crisis to totally bypass your rational brain. It hijacks your fear of missing out, pushing you to make a fast, emotional decision before you have a single second to spot the red flags or really think it through.
And this brings us to our final play in the playbook, eroding self-worth. Honestly, these tactics might be the most damaging because they're aimed directly at your confidence, your self-esteem, and your core belief that you're a good, capable person. This one is a masterclass in emotional jujitsu. You bring up something they did that genuinely hurt you, and somehow, by the end of the conversation, you're the one comforting them. They'll claim that by bringing it up, you've attacked them, that you're being cruel. They literally weaponize your own empathy against you to dodge any and all accountability.
And it follows this exact sequence almost every time. It's so predictable. Your valid concern gets twisted into an attack on them. Their big performance of being wounded forces you to switch roles. You go from being the hurt party to being their caretaker. And just like that, your needs, your feelings, completely erased.
Ah, the classic. I just don't know how, or I'm just really not good at that defense. They'll do a task so badly, whether it's laundry, dishes, paperwork, that you realize it's just easier to do it yourself. And over time, they literally train you to lower your expectations, leaving you buried in all the responsibility while they get to enjoy their freedom.
With this one, they'll do something nice, buy you a gift, maybe help you with a project, and then they use that single good deed as a license to be cruel or neglectful for weeks. If you dare to complain, they hit you with, "But what about that nice thing I did for you?" They're basically using kindness like a currency to buy your silence. So after seeing all of these pretty destructive patterns, you might be wondering, what's the solution? Well, the answer isn't what you might think. It isn't about confrontation. It's about awareness. The goal isn't to win an argument with a manipulator. Trust me, you probably won't. The goal is to win back your own mind. And this is absolutely the most critical point. Your power comes from simply seeing the game for what it is. The second you can silently say to yourself, "Ah, that's moving the goalposts," or, "Okay, here comes the victim reversal," that is the moment you step out of that confusing fog and back into clarity. So let's just boil this all down. First, when you can name these tactics, you start to disarm their power over you. Second, remember this isn't about winning an argument. It's about protecting your own peace of mind. The most important thing is that you begin to trust your own perception of reality again. And finally, look for the patterns, not just one-off incidents. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Having this knowledge is the first huge step. Seeing the playbook isn't about blaming or starting a fight. It's about giving yourself the clarity you need to make different choices for yourself. So now that you can see the plays, what will you do differently?